Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is Gateway's Got It. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's Got It. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. And welcome into episode 103 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She is Julie Dobbs. And we are back at it in
We're
studio.
back at it.
Yeah, we've got a special guest coming up a little bit later in the show. We're going to introduce you to kind of a new part. A new voice, a new part, a new section of the Mom Game. Is that all right? Anyway, whatever.
Segment. But more than that.
It's like a club.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
exactly.
a club within the Mom Game. So lots of stuff going on since we last met. Is it a war?
Oh, no.
Is it a war?
We're going straight to the war.
I know. Well, I feel like we should let's
I
get
didn't
it
know
out
if
of
you're
the way.
talking lockout, if you were talking
No,
war,
we're saving that for
or if
featured
you want
segments.
my cheery outlook of what I'm excited about right now, we can go through all of it.
Well, I feel like it's responsible to. In the State of the Union happened.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
No.
Yeah. I don't.
I saw a few things.
My
from
girlfriend
Twitter.
texted me and she's like, letting the kids stay up late to watch the SOU, and I was like, oh my, what is SOU?
Well,
what is SOU?
I don't see it written as SOU very often.
She's super.
She was trying to be
Well, I mean,
cool.
she works she works for Lockheed Martin, government contractor, so she's big into the whole lingo, I guess. But and to be honest, I had zero desire, and so we're going in a way different direction than I thought we were going to go to start. But so same thing with the war or the Russian invasion of the Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's not the Ukraine, it's Ukraine, right? I think we've talked about this at length. I don't watch the news.
Yeah.
It literally does not come on in my house. I listen to sports radio pretty much the entire day. Mm-hmm. So that's where, sadly, I get, what's going on, and Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really understand what's going on, why it's going on, except for how it's played out on social media. But I will tell you, my kids have been asking about this quite a bit. Mm. And Henry the other day was like, yeah, it's a war. We're all going to die. And I was like, oh, F. Okay. So then I'm like, I need to at least be well-versed enough to hopefully reassure my 10-year-old child that he's not. And I don't think he was he was serious. I don't think he seriously thinks that. But, even today on the way to school, he's like, is this World War III? And I was like, no, he was like, what's the war going to be called? And I'm like, I don't know any of the answers to any of your questions.
So that makes me wonder, how much they're talking about it at school, or are his friends talking about it?
Well, or is he hearing it on the radio, on the way? I mean, when we're in the car, I don't know.
And and Henry's at that age.
Yes.
My kids don't know what's going on.
And they don't really, and Hattie doesn't
But a lot of people probably have kids around your age or older.
Yeah.
I imagine if you were, high schoolers, middle schoolers, they're all probably wondering what's going on. And I think there's a lot of people that don't know exactly what's going on, and that's okay. We haven't been following this for a decade, which is how long I think this has been building over there. But basically, it's tensions got so high between Russia and Ukraine. The Russian Putin is a different kind of leader, and he wanted to take matters into his own hands, go into Ukraine and basically try and seize it and take it over. And he wants it to be part of Russia. He wants them to live the same way that they live. And it's really, 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 really effing scary because he's scary. Because he's scary. And
I mean, look no further than the fact that he sits at a table that's as long as a football field and he's on the 10-yard line and everyone else is on the 50.
I know. I saw that.
Like that you're not dealing with a normal human being.
My first thought is like, he's worried someone's going to get him. Like people are trying to kill him right now. If he goes down, then maybe all of this would end.
Right.
But then I'm like, well, if they really wanted to, they could. They're not that far away.
Right.
Right. But no, I think it was
Is that why he's doing it?
I think he's scared. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I am not in Putin's mind.
Can you please tell me what Putin's thinking right now?
This is our new segment. What's Putin thinking?
What's on Putin's mind with Julie?
We laugh, but dude,
I know it's
scary.
It is
he's
scary.
terrible. He's terrible.
Well, and I will say, and I feel like this is a huge shortcoming of mine, that I just live in this sports bubble.
Well, it's easy,
and I live in my little
too.
bubble. I kind of worry about just my own little family, my own my teams, all this kind of stuff, and kind of just try to lock everything out. I hate politics. All of it. That I just am like, la, 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 la. What are you talking? I can't hear you. Yeah. But I feel like I'm doing a disservice to my kids to not even be able to speak intelligently on this when they have questions.
Yeah. Well,
so where do I go?
So
where am I going to
go? I'm trying to grasp it a little bit, but
right.
it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. So we do have in the works. I reached out to somebody at UNICEF, and I'm hoping to get somebody to come on here to talk to us about all of this, and then also how we can help, because I know there's ways that we can help. And the images and the videos that you are seeing out of Ukraine are just devastating, and that's something that's different than in the past when there has been a world war, which no, we're not at World War III yet. You can tell Henry, but if this escalates, it could be. Right. And it will be called World War III. Well, and that's where it gets really tricky, because the U.S. and all of the countries that are in NATO or that are trying to help are doing as much as they can without starting World War III. Right. So that is the sanctions that you're seeing being placed on Russia, where everything that the U.S. can do as far as the economy and saying, we're going to stop sending you this, we're going to not give you this, we're going to try and disrupt your whole economy via your banks. And that's happening in Russia. So the people there are going to hopefully really speak out and try and get this to end via their leader. Right. And that's what the U.S. is trying to do. That's what Biden's trying to do. And I think most people are of the camp like, yes, let's not go in. And we could send troops in there. Right. Everybody else could too. And then all of a sudden you have a full on World War III situation. And that's what we don't want. But how effing scary is it? That's what we're even talking about. Like World War, like
I'm just going to give it the COVID treatment and be like, oh, it's going to be fine. It'll be over in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
What do you worry about?
That worked too.
It worked so well.
It's shitty. Just the time. Okay. I'm not, whatever. It's just shitty. It's like you finally get through COVID, and I'm not talking about us. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the world. Yeah. We finally get through, for now, COVID, and things are starting to get back to normal. And then you have this. It's like, it's just, it's a very tense
it's a lot.
Time for everybody. And so obviously that's going to show through some in our kids, and it's hard. And I don't know. Hopefully we get somebody on that can speak more intelligently about all of this. Yeah.
If anyone has any ideas for where I should go for education on world matters, please don't hesitate to reach out. Yeah. Okay. Let's start with some sports courts. Yeah. Brought to us by a very, very important and new sponsor.
Yes, this is a new sponsor.
Super excited about.
We are excited about it, and I feel like, as all of our sponsors are, this one's pretty fitting. For our listeners and for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's a conversation that I think we need to have, that I think a lot of people need to have, and so I'm wondering, Emily, what do you worry about your retirement and how expensive it'll be, how you'll get prepared for it? I know I don't think about it very much.
So yes, the answer is yes, for sure. Fortunately, I'm married to someone who is very on top of this kind of thing. And so I am, I'm thankful for that. However, did you know that 60% of women don't expect their money to last throughout their lifetime, and 62% are worried that they won't be able to maintain their current lifestyle in retirement. And I think too, along those lines, a lot of women don't know exactly what that scene looks like, myself included, because I've just relied on my husband to take care of it.
Yep.
And so these are all important conversations.
Yeah. And Baird wants women to kind of stay on top of this and be in charge of your own S, I think, as well. If you look at the facts, women usually live longer than men. Hey now.
I mean, because we're winning.
We got that going for us. but we've generally saved less than men, and we often have much greater expenses in retirement.
So what
Not cheap to be a lady.
It is not. It is not. So what can we do as women to get the retirement we want? We think Baird has the answer.
Yes, Baird can help with their new women's retirement guide. How perfect is that? It's available at womenatbaird.com. That's women at Baird, BAIRD.com. So head over there. You can start planning for your retirement today, because I don't have much of a plan, and I know that's something you want to be prepared for.
You need to have a plan, and even if you do have a plan, you need to know about it. I mean, you need to empower yourself as a spouse. If that's something your spouse is taking care of, you need to take it upon yourself. And I'm preaching to the choir, talking to myself right now. That's something. I mean, and I have the thing that Mike's like, if something ever happens to me, this is where all the shit is. And I'm like, well, okay, I don't exactly know, but we're so thankful to have Baird on board as a sponsor. We think it's like you said, with all of our sponsors, a great fit for us, and an opportunity for us to raise awareness and kind of get in your head a little bit about getting on top of this stuff. They're an international financial services firm founded in 1919, provide retirement planning, retirement help, and other financial
investment
services. Investment help.
Which is huge, right? Like a lot of people are talking about how to invest, where to invest, crypto, stock market, everything. So I think someone like Baird could help a lot answering all of those questions.
Based in Milwaukee, but offices in Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, and other cities around Texas. So thanks to Baird. We're glad to have you on board.
Yes.
And y'all go get your financial scene.
Get your shit in check.
Get your shit in check. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so sports scores. Mavs?
The Mavs are going to be my thing.
What does that mean for the Stars? Man. God, sorry, Rick Bonus and Tyler Sagan and Jamie Benn, who've all been lovely to us.
I'm adopting the Mavericks.
Oh, wow. You are not.
It doesn't. Okay, if you adopt a child, you have to give up your other child?
You don't.
No, I can
but
have
it
two
would be
children.
normal for that current child to question what is missing with him if you're going out to get another
that
baby.
Current child's making my life a little too damn stressful. So they need to just chill out and stay in town a little bit more.
Seriously.
And then I'll love them.
Yeah. It's a lot of road games.
March is bad. I think there's like 5 days of the month where my husband's in town. But yeah, anyway, like I said, they're really good on the road. So if you got to be on the road, win some damn games, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully they will, because they are in the second wild card spot, I think, as of yesterday, to where they would be in the playoffs right now. So it's there for them too, and they can regain my attention.
Okay.
If they start winning more games.
If they act nice.
Yes, if they act nice.
If you act right.
If you act right.
Yep.
And Jake Ottinger's doing really well. And did you see the cute video he made for Ryder? I had to share it on the Mom Game.
Of course you should.
I was just like, look how cute this is.
It's super cute.
And Kelly said that he didn't ask him. Like, I think Kelly said to Jake, like, oh, Ryder's in net today for the playoffs. And Jake was like, give me your phone.
Aww.
I want to make a video for him. So
that's really cute.
And he's just, oh God, he's so cute. He's 23.
Oh my gosh.
And he's just precious. Has a precious little girlfriend.
I'm old enough to be his mom.
Are you really?
Is this without legit? Question.
Because I know we say that.
23. I would 21. Have a baby at 21. It's,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, hey now.
Yeah. You could.
Shit's getting old.
It's really happening.
You talk. No. Yeah. Wait. What do you think it's like walking into a major league clubhouse and these dudes are like fucking 22?
I've never done the math though. I just thought you were trying to be funny.
You used to be like, I'm old enough to be your cool aunt,
right.
You know? And then all of a sudden it's like, wait, you were born in 2000? Like, how is this even possible?
Exploding.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm almost old enough to be some of these people's
How old are you? I always forget.
I'm 36.
Oh my God. You're 8
I'm
years
almost 37. Will that make you happy?
Yes. If you could age,
you want me to get old
quicker, it would make me feel better. Yeah, but that's adorable. Yeah, you're not old enough to be anybody's mom yet.
Ryder and Anna's.
Well, No professional
but no
athletes.
professional athletes. So anywho, he's cute. So I shared that to Mom Game because I'm like, I want people to love this guy because he's awesome.
He's good at stopping hockey pucks.
He's good, and he's kind of coming into his own now, which
Good for him.
If we're talking about when is a good time for a goaltender slash team to come into their own, it's late in the season. We've talked about that here on the Mom Game.
We have talked about that.
So yeah, Stars are good, but the Mavs, I mean,
Dude.
they're getting some huge wins on the road. Golden State, like that was such an exciting comeback win. To
And they're
finish
getting
on the road.
contributions from
They
the new
won-
guys?
Getting contributions from the new guys. They beat the Lakers just now, which I know the Lakers are kind of slumping, but
So amazing, though.
it's
I
always
don't know why.
amazing.
I've never liked the Lakers.
I haven't either.
I guess I
hated
look
the
at them like
Lakers.
the Yankees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're so rich and they get all the good players and they have such a great history. Like
Yeah, it's just not fair.
it's not.
Yeah.
And I don't, and that's, but also too, how petty is that of me? Like, oh, you've been so good for so long
Well, they can handle it.
and I don't like you because of it.
Well,
but I'm just being
we
honest.
want our teams to be that way.
You're right.
And then I would be
It's
gloating and
a
I'd
lot-
be obnoxious and
so
everything just like
obnoxious.
they are, and they're
Yeah.
obnoxious and we hate them. So
Yeah.
it's a full
It all
circle
works
thing.
out.
But we beat them in crypto.com
my
arena, which, just as an aside, back to hockey players, Jamie Ben's ex-girlfriend, I follow her still on Instagram and stuff. She lives in LA now and she's always at this arena. It looks amazing.
Oh, it
it's
does?
like, yeah, it's like, I can't, they're in this suite that looks like you wouldn't even know that they're at a basketball game. It's like, there's like those all kinds of games, you know, like where the claw comes and gets stuffed animals. Like in the
also
suite.
known as the
And
biggest money ripoff in the history
and so
of.
they have all these like drunk adults like doing the claw thing, and then she's always with, I don't know, she's always with like famous people.
Oh.
Like Diplo.
Who's Diplo?
I don't know, he's really famous. He's like a
Diplo?
DJ rapper. Yeah.
And his name's Diplo?
Yeah, well, it's a stage name, I'm sure.
Right, but
You haven't heard of him? Anyway, that's an aside. But
Yeah.
the arena looks really cool.
to delve into Diplo.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, what is Katie doing? She's a sweet girl, and Jamie's, I think, dating someone else now, so it's all worked out. But I like to live vicariously through her a little bit in LA shenanigans. But I think the arena is like the place to be. All the celebs,
I'm sure.
Everybody goes there.
See and be seen.
So yeah, it was cool seeing that, and then being like, they all had to see Luka dominate and beat their little Lakers. So
Yeah,
Luka's
Mavs
on
are
fire.
and they're fun to watch.
They're fun to watch. The most exciting thing for me, and you mentioned it, is seeing the new guys really fitting in
Yeah.
and really, I think, exceeding anybody's expectations at this point. Spencer Dinwiddie was like the huge player in that comeback win, 21-point comeback win over Golden State.
I mean, and what a great name he has.
Yes.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Right?
It's amazing.
I don't know if it's super intimidating, but it's great.
It can be.
It can be.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Mavs have my attention.
Good. I like it. But I'm equally dividing my attention between the Mavs and the Stars.
Get you.
And we'll talk about why have no attention on baseball
Yeah,
in the TMG
when are we
News
talking
Desk.
about that?
But
Okay.
yeah, so what's on your feed is our next segment, brought to you by Bottle Rover, which is an alcohol delivery platform, free delivery on any order over $50. You can shop nearby local liquor stores, support local, and also support Bottle Rover. Search and browse your favorite beer, wine, or spirits from any mobile device anywhere, delivered to your door, or you can schedule a pickup as well. Bottle Rover is a Dallas-based company, but has nationwide coverage, so you can find a store near you. Just go to bottlerover.com, download the app, available on iOS or Android, then search your goods, put them in your cart, have them delivered to your door. Open it up, pour a glass, and cheers. So thank you to Bottle Rover
Yay, Bottle River.
for sponsoring What's on Your Feed. And you know what's on your feed?
What?
What's on our feed was us at a party.
We went to a party.
Party with the former Dallas Cowboys quarterback,
Yeah.
Troy Aikman.
Yeah, I mean, we
are
were already
heavy
besties
on
with Roger.
I mean, we're heavy on the Dallas Cowboy quarterbacks, former Dallas Cowboy quarterbacks. So Troy Aikman has a new beer called 8. I am not a huge beer drinker. In fact, I hardly ever drink beer, but I liked it.
I liked it too.
It was like super light, refreshing. It's got like low cal. He's not paying us to say any of these nice things about his beer.
He's not, but he did invite us.
He did invite us to his party.
I like to think he personally.
Personally, I'm not so sure it was personally, but
well, you knew him. Like he knew you.
Yes, and I had to tell you the story of how the very first time I met Troy was one of the more embarrassing moments of my career. I just got into Fox, and I mean, I don't know who you had a crush. I mean, I had like the most giant crush on Troy Aikman growing up. Like I was. I mean, obsessed. Like I wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, so then I could marry Troy Aikman. Mm-hmm. Oh no, did I just meet him? Like marry him?
Oh,
and so yeah, it was very aggressive. And so anyway, I start working for Fox Sports Southwest. One of the first assignments I got sent on it was to cover the Davey O'Brien Award in Fort Worth. And so they're like, Troy Aikman's going to be there. You know, Fox broadcaster, blah blah blah. And you know, here's some notes to take with you, questions they wanted me to ask. And I'm like, okay. And so I mean, I'm already like sweating profusely or whatever the whole way. I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
So I was so nervous about not like him saying no or me not getting the interview. So I waited for him outside of the elevator because at the Fort Worth Club, you have to come up in an elevator. And so I knew that. And so I was just waiting at the elevator. So the elevator opens up and he gets off and I basically accost him and blab for approximately 3 minutes straight without letting him say a word about how hey, Troy, hey, my name's Emily Jones. I just started working for Fox Sports Southwest. So like, we're like on the same team, you know, like broadcasting and like just blabbing and making an absolute fool of myself. And so he's just like looking at me the whole time.
You think you have to fill all of that space with words.
It's so like, no breaths, no nothing. So I'm like talking to him 800 miles per hour. And then like, he's looking at me like just kind of like, and I was like, so you think you could like, and I don't even sound like remotely intelligent. I sound like a blabbing idiot.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, so do you think you could like answer a few questions?
Gosh.
Like,
and
he looked at me, and, it's so, it makes me sweat thinking about it.
I'm retroactively very nervous
and
for you.
So he looks at me, he goes, sure. And I was like, you will? And he was like, yeah, that's fine. Like,
yeah.
He was like, what do you think I just agreed to? Like, you know what I mean? Because I was so, you will. And so anyway, it was super, super awkward.
How'd the interview go?
I don't even remember. I was completely blacked out after that. Yeah.
Wish we could find that bad boy.
Oh gosh, there's no telling. But anyway, so Troy, it's funny, you know, now 20 years later, you know, getting to go to a party from a personal invite, the two of us from Troy, which we were, but whatever. But it was a fun time, and Troy's super, super gracious, and the beer's good, and he's highly successful. I mean, like what he's done after his football career, you know, broadcasting is enough. He's about to switch and make mad bank,
a ton of money,
and then now he's just gonna keep rolling in it with the beer.
He's like. I can't grasp his whole aura. Like,
he's got it.
55. And he looks amazing. Amazing. He looks not even that old at all.
He knows what's up.
And he just like his whole presence, like he's just like, I'm a effing badass and I know it, but I'm also nice.
Yeah.
I made a joke that he laughed at.
Oh, do tell.
I think you were standing there. It was when we were talking about, because Donnie was there too from the ticket, and we were all talking, and that's when you asked Troy to take his picture with us, which he did, and then he kind of stood there like he wasn't sure if he was like, well, I'll hang out for a minute because we just took his picture. So we were talking, and he was like, because they had switched at one point, they stopped. It didn't stop, but they opened up Mambo taxis to the party. Because everyone was kind of like, okay, cool, but we're at me casino. Where's these Mambo taxis? And so he was like, I'm trying to decide if I should have a Mambo taxi or not. And then Donnie said, what, are you worried about? Like, you're going to have to go home and start running if you have a Mambo taxi? And then I was like, no, you can just exercise while you're drinking it right here. That'll be okay. And it was a dumb Julie joke, but he laughed.
He did. Oh, that's good. He did. Victory.
Like you can just sit here and work out.
Yeah.
I think people don't know what to do with me sometimes.
Right.
But I was proud.
You should be.
I almost expected him to hang out longer.
Go grab some dumbbells and
go get the Mambo taxi. But then he was like, all right,
I'm gonna sneak on out of here.
He left. And I was like, what a badass to like have this party, all these people that are like obsessed with you, and you leave early. Like,
yeah, you're like, oh, deuces, guys. We'll
because I
see
think
y'all
it
later.
was technically supposed to be 2 hours, and he left like just before that. But he's got a busy schedule of all of this. He's going a lot of different places to promote this beer.
Yeah, he's busy.
Yeah. So no, that was a TMG highlight.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot
I
of
was
fun.
glad you came. I know that's a far drive.
Yeah, but
for
I was
you.
glad. I was glad I came too. I felt like it was good networking for us.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
it was. It
I
was
feel like
fun.
we really planted that seed to get Troy on the mom game at some point in time.
Yeah. Well, he'll just have to remember my joke.
Yeah, of course. Like, when I reach out to him, I'd be like, oh, remember Julie with the killer jokes.
We might as well. You planted the seed of embarrassing ourselves in front of Troy Aikman, so we might as well keep it up.
We might as well follow through. Yeah. Okay, let's get to the news that's rocking my world in the TMG news desk, Julie.
The TMG news desk. I'm glad we have a good sponsor for this because this one's gonna hit.
Well, and
hard.
I may need to continue my education.
Emily may need to continue her education.
Yeah.
She might need a new job, all of the things. But if she is thinking about doing that, we have a go-to place. You will find here on the Mom Game that, like I said, our sponsors can really help you out, and we feel like they all fit really well with us, with moms. And this one is MSU Flower Mound. Because, like Emily, like me, I mean, we all have like career question marks sometimes, right? Or what am I doing with my life? Or how can I change my life to where I can stay home more with my kids, but I still need to make that money. Midwestern State University in Flower Mound is here to help you complete that bachelor's degree that you never finished, or maybe you're at a local community college and you're looking to transfer. They can help you out with whatever educational needs that you have. Their programs are designed to help advance your career so you can go further with maybe something that you've already established as your career. Their degree programs are offered completely online, which is super easy. You can do it once the kids go to bed, or really anytime, obviously, when it's online. It's great for the working mom or the adult learner. They offer programs in nursing, respiratory care, radiologic sciences, teacher education. If you want to go back and be a teacher, I think about that sometimes. These teachers are freaking awesome.
They are awesome.
I'm like, I could maybe do that.
Also not equipped for that.
But if you think you might be able to, they can help you with that. Human resources and much more. So basically, these are jobs that are always going to be in demand.
Yep.
That's the deal. You can complete your degree in as little as 3 semesters, up to 2 years. Although the courses are offered online, they do have a dedicated team and campus that's located nearby in Flower Mound, which I've seen. It's super cute. And our boy Randy can help you out. Just say that the Mom Game sent you, and you can sit down and talk about what it is you're trying to do, and they can tell you how they can help. And they're also there for, once you start at the school, all of your in-person student services needs. So thank you to MSU Flower Mound. And I think about now is the time that you need to be heading over to MSU. What is their website?
Oh, I actually have websites written down. msutexas.edu/flowermound.
Perfect. You can go there to get ready and signed up for the upcoming semester.
Okay, so remember last week when I was like, oh, hopefully by the time we meet again.
Yeah, I cut a clip for it as a teaser.
Oh,
I was like,
and it's not.
And it's
not
not.
back. It's the first 2 series of the season have been canceled.
oh, officially.
So 2 series.
When did that happen?
have been
Today?
canceled yesterday. So yeah, it's the lockout continues, and right now they don't even have any more further talks scheduled.
Oh,
so
they
the
did
owner
pull an
said
all-nighter kind of deal.
they did, and you know what though, that was a whole smokescreen.
It was.
They were so far apart. They're so the biggest financial gap is basically the luxury tax, the CBT, and it's like I think the gap is like $65-75 million. I mean, it's a big number, and they were nowhere close to that. And what happened was, my theory, and a lot of people's theory, a lot of it's from social media, was that they did that whole posturing thing on, the eve of the deadline or the actual deadline, and then they kept pushing it to make it seem like they were close to a deal, when in reality the players never felt like they were close to a deal. But then when when the union or when baseball made its best and final offer, like this is some sort of real estate transaction,
right?
The union knew they were going to say no to that because it was nowhere near anything that
it was all
all kind of like. But then, baseball, got it in your head that, oh, we're close to a deal. And then at the end of the day, it's the players rejecting that offer. So then everybody's like, oh, like, you know,
Just
then
to make the players look bad.
and it's so gross. It's so ugly. It's so disappointing. It's embarrassing for our sport. Like, you're talking about the least popular sport. I mean, as far as on the decline, so many problems. We're in the middle of effing, you know, war, tail end of a pandemic. It's just such a bad look. And it makes me so sad. And I understand what the players are fighting for. And I do admire the fact that they're trying to take care of younger players and change things moving forward. I admire that and I appreciate that. I'm just like, is there not a better way to do this? They've been locked out for 90 days. Can we now you can't negotiate unless it's a week before the deadline. Like, why none of this makes sense.
I know, it's not as extreme. No, but I'm saying it's not as extreme of an approach, but why can't you just start the season and continue talks?
Well, because then you lose your leverage, right? Like, then you can't, then you're just operating on status quo. Like, I grasp everything, but it's still hard to understand. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I see where both sides are coming from. I see why this is quote unquote necessary, but is it necessary that we wait until now? And I guess you'd have to. That's part of it. Like, the sense of urgency and, you know, putting your feet to the fire, all that kind of stuff. But I'm just like, it just breaks my heart for the game because it's already waning in popularity. Yep. This is doing nothing but pissing people off. This is doing nothing but leaving a bad taste in people's mouth about baseball, about the people involved in baseball.
Yep.
Like, and, you know, looking greedy and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Because I think when you break it all down, the players obviously make a good case and everything they're fighting for. They're trying to stand up for people that will follow them and all of this. But most people aren't breaking it all down. Most people most people just see players saying they don't want to play because of XYZ. That all has to do with money, and owners saying that they don't want to give that money. So it just to the general public, who is baseball fans, majority of baseball fans, those people that are buying tickets and sitting there, eating peanuts, drinking beer, watching your game, this all looks so bad.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
Right. And there are layers to it and all that kind of stuff. There are. And
that was my caveat at the beginning. It's like, there's a lot. When you go read it, it all makes sense. But no one's doing that. And
precisely.
And it just looks really bad for the game.
Exactly.
Because right now, like you said, it's not a time that people want to hear really rich people arguing about shit.
Agreed. Yeah. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I've got spring break wide open.
Want to go to Mexico?
So yeah, I got to take my kids. Like, I'm like, I can't.
What is your spring break?
I don't. Week after next.
Okay.
So I'm like, I will not be able to sit in my house and stay in town with both of my children off of school all week. So
yeah, that's
stay tuned.
Ours is too.
Maybe I'll reach out to Rough Creek. Our new
Okay. Good idea.
Bingo. Okay.
Yes, that's one of our
ding.
upcoming sponsors on the show.
Okay. It's time to bring our special guest in.
Is it?
Yeah. Brought to you by Early Bird. So I did my little Early Bird ritual last night. So Early Bird are CBD gummies. They are a recreational hemp product that contains close to. You're changing the font as I'm talking.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't realize it does that to your computer.
It updates in our Google Doc. And I have to have this one pulled up because I can speak very personally about the Early Bird gummies, but the technical stuff about it, I'm just like, I love the gummies. Stop typing in the document. So Early Bird gummies are, it says, hi, Emily. Early Bird gummies are a recreational hemp product and contain roughly 2.5 milligrams of natural THC and roughly 12.5 milligrams of CBD in each gummy. So they're formulated with a microdose of THC and are designed to make you chill, feel good.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. I was watching The Real Housewives, and they were I think it was Orange County or Beverly Hills, I don't know. And they were eating gummies and talking about microdosing, and I'm like, Early Bird is microdosing. It's amazing. So there are a ton of different uses for it. It's I liken it to, like, you know, one gummy for me is like a glass and a half of wine, like just gives you that super chill or whatever. It also has helped with my sleep.
Yeah.
Yesterday, super long day, really busy, and I was just ready to kind of relax.
Does it help your mind settle?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's a lot of that has to do in the actual product. And I think too, some of it's like just the psychology of it. Like this makes me,
It's chill time.
when I know when I pop an early bird, it's chill time.
Yeah.
But it's, you also too, like you wouldn't drive a car or whatever, just like you wouldn't after drinking. Like you would, you just do it when you're ready to chill.
Relax.
It's when you're ready to chill and when you're ready to relax. So it's, I've enjoyed the products. We're using them in our giveaway for Patreon, which we'll talk about with Adam. And so anyway, they've been great to work with. Eric at Early Bird is awesome. They're based out of Austin, but they can ship anywhere. And I've had a number of people reach out to me and say, what is the name of that? The
So
CBD, yeah, and so
a lot of moms are feeling that
so
stuff.
I'm like, yes, yeah. So visit the website earlybirdcbd.com/TMG. That gets you a 20% off a new customer's first purchase. So earlybirdcbd.com/TMG, that automatically applies the discount.
Yeah.
So,
And I think if you do try it, let us know what you think.
yeah, for sure.
Let us know because we love when we find a great new product. That is
I'm digging them.
Necessary.
Yeah,
in our
with the giveaway that we're doing, and they, I was just going to put some of my own personal stash, and then Eric was like, "Do y'all need any more?" And I was like, "Well,
yeah."
And then he sent some right away, and I was like, "Thank goodness, now I don't have to dig into my personal stash."
No. All right, so thank you to Early Bird bringing us our special guest for the day, and this is a special guest that's like actually the third member of the Mom Game. You just don't get to see him on camera very often. It is Adam Hernandez.
That's all about to change.
That's all about to change. Adam's making his big debut. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Well, you've been on before.
I was on once.
Yeah. What did we talk about?
Many moons ago. I don't even remember. Kids' life.
Kids'
I
life.
think. Social media, maybe.
Those things are happening. Yeah, because you're kind of a social media guy.
I am social media guy.
This is my favorite thing to do. Let's talk about how we met. When we first started, we kind of put out a blanket like social media. We need help, but we are poor. And so does anyone want to help with this? And you and I had met at a speaking engagement for
through
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Get your guns up, wreck 'em.
I feel so left out.
Yeah, you should. You can adopt us too. Oh yeah. Anyway. We're going to talk about that hot basketball team.
Did you guys win a basketball game? Okay.
We've won a lot.
I know. Okay. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I'm just kidding.
That's just usually where the conversation goes.
We had a few people respond, a handful of people or so respond, and then you came to the table with like a fucking PowerPoint. I was like, whoa.
It was awesome.
This is, I was like, remember, we're not paying anyone anything. Yeah. So why did you want to get in on this crazy train?
Well, we did meet at a Texas Tech alumni event, and I spoke on social media, and it was for communication students, so that was kind of how we connected. And then I just had a lot of time. This was like right in the middle of the pandemic, if you remember, and I was just like, I had nothing but time, and I just was like, oh, this would be a lot of fun, like just trying something new. And I said, I think originally I was like, I can just give you guys a plan and then you guys can go try it on your own.
Yeah.
And like, well, do you want to keep helping us?
I got the social media guy on social media. Can you handle it? It's like
Are you
Inception.
taking a video right now?
It's like Inception, yeah.
Yes, you're supposed to pretend like you're not. You don't see her. Yeah.
The camera's not there. My life is
play cool.
so
Play cool.
I'm done.
candid.
Play cool.
Anyway, it ended up developing into more of an ongoing relationship where we were having back and forth communication. Hey, why don't you guys try this? Or hey, I did this graphic and I did teach you guys a few things, and you guys are social
Julie
media
more so than
superstars
me.
now. And so we've just stayed in touch over the last year, and then I guess that was about a year ago when the Mom Game kind of went on its own. You're like, do you want to stick around and like be a part of the journey? And I was like, heck yeah. I've enjoyed working with y'all. And
you're a part owner in our
part owner.
And now you can't get rid of us.
Now I can't get, but you also can't get rid of me.
Yes,
without my $5 million buyout.
Yeah, this is all legally binding over here. Yeah. So we went to Texas Tech. Wife Mandy.
Yes.
2 kiddos.
2 little kiddos, and I only had one when I started working with you guys.
True.
So I have a new one.
This is true. So James is
actually turning 4 4 on Saturday.
Okay.
We're having a Sing 2 birthday party, which Julie's
we're
kids
going.
invited themselves to, which was super
did
cute.
they?
It's true.
Very aggressive.
Ryder did.
He did. He invited
So
himself.
he's 4 on Saturday, and Georgia is
Damn it.
she'll
I knew
be
I was
6
missing
months
something.
in a couple weeks.
Okay.
So she's still a little
James
baby.
and Georgia, so cute.
Yes.
And can you reveal your real job?
I can just say I do social media. Yeah.
For
For companies.
For,
yeah.
for
He's kind of
it's
a big
kind of a big deal. Yeah.
But yeah, so I used to work at Southwest Airlines. I worked there for 8 years, and now I'm kind of in between jobs. But yeah, still doing brand social media,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun, and it helps. You know, this is a nice, like, kind of, I don't want to say palate cleanser, but it's like kind of a shift in the way you think about things, from like big brand messaging to like super like fun, relatable, quick, easy mom game stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. So I do mom game stuff after bedtime, after the kids go to sleep, and day job. And then, you know, at night, I kind of get in there and work on mom game stuff, which is totally fun. So.
Yeah. I love it because obviously it's the mom game. So we talk a lot about our kids and our lives and our shit and how our kids make life stressful and hard. And I know you're dealing with all of that while helping out the mom game.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate that. I know you had a little meltdown even today.
Yes, yeah. The 4-year-old had a little meltdown this morning. And, you know, I think we've learned so much in the last year. They talk about the terrible twos, and honestly, the twos really weren't that bad. I don't know how you guys felt with your little ones.
No.
but
It's been bad the whole time. So I'm just kidding.
it's terrible life.
Terrible.
I hear when they turn 18 and move out of the house, and shit gets really amazing.
easy. But his 3-year-old year, he developed a lot of big feelings and also the ability to have better communication with mom and dad, so he can. While he can talk about his feelings, there's also still so much that he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of like back and forth of just this morning was he wanted his Mimi was taking him to the zoo today, which is super exciting.
fun
And he
day.
wanted his little sister to go with him. Mimi did not have the car seat and the stroller to take little sister. And so it was a lot of like, she physically cannot go. You know what I
Right.
mean? And he's like, but I want her to go. And you're like, I understand you.
So hard.
So a lot of his meltdowns come from him being just misunderstood and feeling like I'm not getting through to you people.
Right.
You don't get it. I want my sister to go, damn it.
Yeah.
Yes,
like,
and
come
so
on.
it's
You hear the words that are coming out
Put
of
her in the
my
car.
mouth.
Just
Yes.
put her in the damn car.
Not that hard.
Yeah.
We're here to see the zebras.
I'll hold her. Like, it's cool.
Yeah,
Got this.
So still the and he will offer that. He'll be like,
Right.
I will hold her.
Got-
She can sit in my car
Problem
seat.
solved.
Problem solved. He loves to think he can
Yeah.
problem solve. You
Yeah.
know, it'll be fine. Like I can take care of it. I know
Yeah.
you think I can't, but I totally can.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of distracting. You know, it's like let's change the topic of conversation.
That works really well.
Let's go do something else. Let's get out of this particular room into a different room, or like let's start making jokes. Like sometimes I just get in there and start tickling him, and that like will make him laugh and completely forget about it. So when in doubt, it's a little tickle fight.
I was just telling Kelly. I was just having that conversation with Kelly because
Right.
he goes from 0 to 100 real quick with those types of things with our son.
yeah.
And I was just telling him that, and it's hard in the moment.
Totally.
It's hard in
Yeah.
the moment to not freak out, but it's
Yeah.
like if you can just divert them, and that's what the teachers do. Like that's
Yeah.
what they do at their preschool. It's like calm,
Yeah.
use nice words. I understand that you're feeling this way, but how about but it's just hard.
It's
hard to do
It's
it.
so hard. And I think like, again, going back to like all the changes we experienced this year, like the kind of like, you know, red flag, if you will, for us was like when he started doing some of our behaviors that we weren't crazy about. And you're like, where did he learn that? And you're like, oh man, he picked that up from me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so you're
Guilty.
like, okay, I need to like really emulate this behavior. And then slowly but surely he'll start picking it up. So, you know, you still have the crazy days, but
For sure. Yeah, we all do. So we wanted to have, you on to kind of introduce you to our
Yeah,
audience because you're
sure.
going to become start being a bigger part
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah.
Not just behind the scenes, but in front. And
Well,
so
we've learned that a lot of guys listen.
A
A lot
lot
of
of
dads
guys listen.
listen.
a lot of dads.
And so
You
when
know?
we're bashing our husbands, you can chime
come in
in
and
and be
defend.
like, "Come on, Mike and Kelly, you're crushing it." But I am really excited about what we're naming your little corner of the mom game, and it wasn't my idea, so I don't feel like I should be the one to reveal it.
Yeah, the man game.
The man game.
Yes.
The man game.
We need to We'll get Alex, our graphics girl, to like cross out mom and like.
Right.
See what I mean? Like
Yeah.
cross out mom and then just man, like rogue, like fucking A, we took this
I
over.
like it. Well, I like it because that's like one of the things we've kind of had to deal with is like, well, I'm not a mom, but I want to listen to y'all's show.
Yeah.
And we hear that so much. It's like, okay, well, we can explain it over and over, but look, now we also have the Man Game, which is a subsidiary.
Yes.
Is that the right
It's our
word?
first subsidiary.
Of the Mom Game.
Yeah.
And Adam will be kind of
Well, and you're
Adam's
funny.
the face.
Like you're funny as shit. I mean, you're like your social
He's really
media is
funny.
funny. Like
Thank
your
you. Thank
shit's
you.
funny.
And that-
sometimes it's a little bit over my head because I feel like the age gap. Because how old are you?
I'll be 32 this year.
God,
You can't be his mom. Don't do the math. You
No, I
you
can't be his
Yes.
mom. But the age gap, I feel like sometimes it's a little over my head.
Yeah.
Like the.
She's not in all the memes, or you're
I'm
not into all the memes.
like no,
and
no.
the
I
jokes?
like memes, but just some like maybe abbreviations or
I
stuff.
like
I like memes. I'm a fan of the meme.
Yeah.
Sometimes Adam and I just have some. Like,
I know.
Well, like
Y'all-
when we talk about Legally Blonde,
Yeah.
Y'all do
Us
over
young
text
whippersnappers.
message side conversations,
and I'm
Yeah.
they're like, keep the old lady out of this one. She won't be able to handle
she
this.
doesn't know what the bend and snap is.
Yeah,
Things
no.
like that. But
Oh.
but we do love that too because now we want to cover different age ranges, different ages of kids,
Yeah.
male, female, mom, dad, and so
Yeah.
now with all of us kind of in the fold, I feel like we can do that really well.
And you've been in charge of a big new project for us that we're super
Yes, yes.
excited about with Patreon, which I didn't know anything about. And so fill us in on, because you've been kind of the brains behind this and how we're rolling it out, and we're right in the middle of the rollout.
Yeah, we are right in the middle of the Patreon rollout. And basically, for listeners at home, the Patreon is just it's a platform for creators. That's what you would call yourself. You guys are creators of
that's the cool, hip
podcasts,
new
art,
term.
videos, like anybody who's creating things that people are consuming. Patreon is a paid version of social media, if you want to think of it that way. So people love you guys and people like supporting you, and you guys, generate your business through sponsorships, but there's also, a way to generate business through subscriptions, and you provide premium content for people who subscribe. And so that's the idea behind Patreon, is for fans who want a little bit more. Yeah, sure, I'll pay a little bit more for an extra interview or an extra show
Yeah.
or exclusive access. And that, helps you have a better connection with your super fans, but it also kind of helps you guys keep this business running and kind of keep exploring new things and, creating a different way to do your business.
Yeah. And we, for example, we're going to do one Mom Game After Dark every month that's only for our Patreon people.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're shooting the first one of those. We were supposed to shoot yesterday. Family, kids happened.
Yep.
And so we moved it to Thursday. So we'll be shooting that, and then that will drop next week. So yeah, we're super excited. And, just like I don't know, sometimes I get I don't know. I get weird about posting too much, especially of myself on social
Yeah.
media. I'm like, I have to look at myself
Yeah.
and whatever. But I feel like with the people on Patreon, I'm like, they actually, they want
this.
to hear
Yeah.
from us. And
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
if I want to get on there and that might be the place I go to start venting and doing all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Not too weird.
And me
but
and you can even have more of our back and forth conversations on
Right.
there. Like, if
Yeah.
you're
Right.
like, oh my God, guess what just happened at my house? I'm like, well, guess what just happened at my house?
Right.
It's also
so
a shit show.
we
Yeah.
want to make it a cool experience for those
Yeah.
who make the commitment to sign up, and we do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So huge week for us this week. So go sign up for Patreon. We've got giveaways. So our wonderful friends at Blue Goose, Blue Goose has become my go-to with the kids.
Yeah.
I had no idea the idea that a ball of dough
I know.
could keep my children occupied for an entire dinner.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, they
for
just
my
go
kids
get those
too.
and then they're making stuff, faces.
The tortilla faces.
I don't know how clean that dough is after they're done with it. I mean, there's no eating it or anything
they're
like
not
that.
supposed to eat it.
But they'll color it. I'm like, who knew? All it took was a piece of dough to
Right.
get you fired up. And then they have the spicy Sancho.
Yeah,
drink and-
both of us went and brought our
Veggie
families there
quesadillas.
and had a great time.
Yeah.
The food's delicious.
Yes. So Blue Goose is doing a $100 gift card.
Yeah.
We've got early bird CBD. We've got your choice of Mom Game swag. There's all kinds of contests and giveaways. Plus, when you sign up, you automatically get your choice of a wine glass, tumbler,
Or a mug.
or mug.
Or a mug.
Yeah.
So you can
Drinkware.
think
What?
about us when you drink.
What drink? Where would you like? Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And then we have more contest launching the rest of the week, and I feel like the prizes are like getting
What else? What else?
awesome.
Yeah.
I think we got Stars tickets, Rangers
that's right.
tickets,
And a facial from Cutting Edge Cryo.
yeah,
that's right.
free facial.
The facials
so-
that I'm always talking about.
yeah.
It's actually a facial of your choice. So you don't have to get the one that I have been getting, but you will be able to pick out any facial that you want.
I need to go get one. I've never had a facial.
You do
before.
need to
You
go
need to
get
shave
one.
first.
I don't have anything against it. Oh, I do.
No.
Do you need like a clean shaven face to get one?
No, I was kidding.
I don't have anything against like going to the spa.
Yeah.
pedicure. I just never do it.
Yeah,
Have you
you
never
should.
been?
Never been.
Never gotten a petty?
You need to go.
No, never gotten a petty.
You need a petty.
Take Mandy because that's something y'all can do
Yeah.
as a fun date together.
Yeah.
And then I think
so?
I think that guys
Okay.
won't feel as weird if they're with their wife. You're like, and you
Yeah.
pretend you're like, oh, she made me do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the old ball and chain.
Yeah.
I want the
Ball and
rhinestones
chain.
on my shoe, on my toe right there. Yeah. Okay.
But the
I'll
only
give it a
thing you
shot.
have to do is you have to get the toe separators and the rubber flip flops that they give you and walk around
for
on the
when I
rest of the
leave.
day. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just like
Yeah.
flopping around.
Just so
around
everyone
Target,
knows.
you know.
And those things they're so flimsy.
That
They
would
like
be really
they like
funny.
roll up under your toes and you trip and it's a disaster when it happens.
Terrible.
But I just want you to do it just
Yeah.
for the experience.
Oh no, that's part
The
of the
toe
experience.
separator and then the
I think I'd
the
die
rubber
if I
flip
saw
flops.
a dad in Target
Like waddling
with a toe
around.
separator.
I think it would be awesome.
And the little like rubber flip flops too to
Yes.
go with it. Yeah. No, I'll do that. I'll
I
do
hate
that
when
just
I
for the
get-
content.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
it's good
Okay.
content.
Okay. First
pedicure.
assignment.
And watch out, because then
Coming
you'll get
up.
the foot fetish people coming at you.
Could you zoom in on that guy's feet again, please? I want to take a good
Because
look
they're
at it.
out there. They're lurking.
Okay, well, Adam,
We've
we're
talked
so
about that.
excited
Yeah,
that
for sure.
we're so excited you've been with us for as long as you have,
Yeah.
and that we're going to kind of ramp up your role, and we're
Totally.
excited about the man game.
The man game.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be so fun.
What I feel like we need like interaction with the man game. If people want to ask, or like, we need to come up with some good like dad man topics
Sure.
that we can discuss with you,
Sure.
so we can all brainstorm about that. And if anybody listening is like, man, I really want Julie and Emily's thoughts on this. Like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this
Yeah.
wrong? Why is my wife doing this?
Sure,
Whatever. Like, it's just
Ask
fun
the man
conversations.
game.
Ask
Yeah.
the man game.
And it's time that the men had a voice.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
it is
Like,
time.
In
Y'all
our
been-
culture, in
you
our
have
society,
been-
we've been silent for
You've
too
been
long.
held down for way too long.
I know. Just watch out. One of you guys is going to be president
Watch
soon.
it.
Yeah.
If this keeps up. Wow.
I mean, we could do a segment where like, can you go like maybe some of the mom listeners go inside the mind of a dad? Can you explain
Yeah.
to me
Yes.
why my husband is thinking this way? Why
Yeah.
he is doing X, Y, Z?
Yeah.
And I can try my best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Can
that'd
you
be
tell
good.
me what's on Putin's mind?
Yeah. No,
Because
absolutely.
that's already
yeah.
that's our other news segment.
That's our other new segment is What's on Putin's Mind with Julie. I have a feeling it's going to go over remarkably well. Yeah.
no,
I'm
that sounds
distancing from this whole thing.
Like everyone wants to know.
Okay, let's see what Adam thinks real quick.
Oh gosh.
We're not talking about war and stuff all the way full on, but we have a question. Did you see the picture where he's sitting so far away from his people?
No,
at the
I haven't seen
table.
that.
It's a table literally it's 50 feet long. And
he's all the
he's
way
on
the other
one
end.
side and literally everyone else is on the other side.
Yeah, we didn't know if he always does that, or I was wondering if he was worried somebody was going to just off him.
Like
Yeah.
hit him with a shiv or
Maybe he's social distancing.
maybe yes.
He's still
What's the case count in Russia?
I don't
Are they
know.
Doing okay on the.
yeah.
maybe it's a power thing, you know.
That's what I think
Yeah,
it is.
he had to be at the head of the table, and like, I mean, it was a big ass table. I've never
Oh.
seen a table so long.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Did you guys see the video of the? Maybe you already talked about this. The woman saying if she was his mommy.
Yeah, no, we didn't talk about
Oh
that.
my
Anna Lynn,
god, I did see
Anna Lynn McCord.
Who is she? An actress, right?
Yeah,
And
I had
she's
never heard of her
gorgeous.
before, but she
was
did a
on-
little
I'll Google
spoken
it.
word, I guess,
Yeah.
what you would say about if.
Nothing says I'm not tone deaf that writing a love letter to
And it-
Putin about if she was his mommy. Like, what are we doing here?
I was moved by it. I
Were
really,
you?
I loved it.
Really?
I think
it
she's
was.
right.
It was
So-
it was very. It was like one of the first things that happened after they started.
It was like-
going in on Ukraine. It like hit social media right then. I feel like her timing wasn't very good because that
Yeah.
everyone was looking to read about the news and everyone was seeing her reading
There were
her
a lot
thing.
of comparisons because it was so tone deaf and so quick. A lot of comparisons to when the celebrities teamed up like day 3 of the pandemic to sing Imagine together. And do you guys remember this?
No.
Like Gal Gadot got all the celebrities to
Yes,
stitch
I remember
together
that
the video,
Imagine,
and they sang the
she
Beatles
took
song.
A lot of heat.
Okay.
They did it like on the third day of the pandemic.
Okay.
Like, we're in this together, and
Right.
everybody was like,
Yeah.
"This is like literally the third day we're out here."
Right,
You guys
and
are
what is you
already,
singing
like, yeah,
doing to
they're
help
all like
me?
from their mansions,
Singing from their
you know?
mansions with their like
Yeah.
their butlers.
Everybody's
so
zoom in.
real quick, what she said to kind of try and defend herself about this is actually really funny. That's why I have to tell y'all.
Okay.
She said, "I know how I could easily have moved." I'm going to change the way I read this. "I know how I could easily have moved in the direction of becoming a dictator myself."
Whoa.
McCord told BuzzFeed News when asked about the viral video, "If certain circumstances of my life were different, were I a little less bent toward healing and more toward vindication, I could have been a darkly powerful person."
Okay.
Who says that?
I don't. Somebody.
So,
weird.
now I think maybe there's just something wrong.
Yeah, she's not all there.
But I will say she's gorgeous.
We should start
Yeah.
saying things like that about ourselves, of like
I
the
could've
things
been-
we could have been, but we just
yeah.
chose not to.
yeah.
I
Well, I
could-
bet. Like I woke up this morning feeling super
Yeah.
dangerous. Like
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
Right.
Like yeah.
Well, you know what? All these people are more successful than us, so maybe they're onto
true.
something.
Yeah, no,
We
totally.
need to
People
wake up
start
and just,
being brashly. Yeah. Just like F it.
yeah.
I'm here to.
Like, I can't wait to effing destroy this day.
Right,
I'm
or,
such
yeah,
a badass.
Just say dumb, crazy stuff. Yeah. Let's.
I could have been,
Give it a roll.
you know, I
make our kids like
could have been a Cy Young award-winning pitcher,
Give
but
us-
I just chose
bow
not
to
to.
us.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I
It
could have
sounded-
been a big leaguer. I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
right. You needed to be there
Yeah.
for your future children,
Yeah, exactly.
James and Georgia, and you couldn't be traveling all around doing
No,
that.
yeah, it would just be too much.
It would.
So I just decided to be a social media professional.
There you
instead.
go.
Yeah.
And you're doing a great job. And now you've got your own little space in the man game.
That's right.
It's gonna be fun. We should have brought champagne to cheers. A little
I
early,
know.
but cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to the man
Cheers
game.
to
Cheers
the
to the
man
mom game. Cheers to
Water.
all the fun stuff
Proof
that we have
don't
going
drink
on.
every episode.
Yes.
Proof that we don't drink every episode. Just most of them. Okay,
Oh,
so that
did you see that we hung out with Troy Aikman last night? Were you
Yeah.
jealous?
Was that amazing?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, but I think you had your heart 8 or your not
What did I
heart 8,
do?
Sorry, your drink 8 can turned the wrong way.
Oh, the social media guy. And I
Yeah.
was like, whoa.
Are you guys aware of the can design?
No.
Oh, you guys didn't notice that? Okay, so if you're holding
It was cool, but I
a
didn't.
drink 8, there's 2 squares in
Yeah.
the middle of the can, and if you hold it, at the camera, the
Oh.
can makes the number 8.
Wow.
Oh, I see what you're
So
saying.
it is.
I
an
think
8.
I held mine kind of right.
I think you did it right. Yours might have been
probably
sideways.
didn't. Well, we won't tell
We'll
you then
follow
that
up
we were
about
kind of
that.
just sometimes holding them just for show. And we weren't even really drinking them
I-
because they were Mambo
I just
Toxies
thought it was
there.
like a genius can design that it, makes
yeah.
the
it
number
all
8.
it all
so
it all made a lot of sense. And
and he said,
teammate.
he said, I want you to be a teammate of Team 8.
yeah. But
And then he was like, you see what I did there? And I
Like,
was
that
like,
was so easy.
You're
That was
so
just
funny.
It was right there in front of him.
Yeah.
If you don't choose 8, then
Yeah.
come on.
And listen, and everybody laughed hysterically.
Well,
Because
everybody was laughing at
I'm like,
everything
what
he
must
said.
that be like to like wherever
Yeah.
you go? I mean, and granted, that was a good line. And he's not like he's like arrogant. Like
No.
he's like,
Well-
oh, you see what I did there? I mean, it's not like, I don't know.
He's
But-
perfect at everything.
Right. But it's like, everywhere he goes, people are just like,
yeah.
so funny.
Can you
You're so
imagine?
funny and smart and successful, and you were so good at football. And
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
you, you're 55.
Well, he's kind of
and-
figured out life.
yeah,
He-
he has.
Troy seems like a great
He's kinda
dude,
nailed
He is a
and
great dude.
he's like weirdly in the best shape of his life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Like the
which is
kind of
so
shape where like you can
depressing.
see veins and
Yeah.
like when you're just like
But
can
that
see a
also
little bit
makes
of-
me feel like I've got plenty of time. You know what I mean? Like it took him till he's 50 something. Like I got plenty of time.
Yeah.
You
Like,
do.
Yeah, you got this.
I've
yeah,
yet to
we'll
hit
figure
my
this
prime.
shit out in our 40s,
I
right?
have yet to hit my prime, so plenty of time.
It's coming. Good luck.
You
on
sure
that, Ace.
do.
Okay, that's it for 103. 104, we'll be back next week. I don't know. I don't really know what's happening next week. Hopefully, we'll have baseball.
Yeah,
Highly
we're gonna
doubtful.
say that every time and laugh about it.
I
It's the
know.
new COVID.
It is. Okay. All right. Well, say prayers for me, everybody.
Yes.
That's
prayers for
it.
Emily.
You know
Okay.
the drill. Everyone look at the camera. Mom
Mom
game.
game out.
Mom, game out.
Mom game.